We pray for the day when there will be laughing, when the sorrow will turn to a time of dance, where we all can be reunited in God's eternal realm. That is the promise that God has made to us. And so we give thanks this day for building this life, for He has run the race, and He rests in peace.
Went down to the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sisters, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sisters, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, brothers, let's go down, come on down. Oh, brothers, let's go down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, fathers, let's go down, come on down. Oh, fathers, let's go down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way.
This is a poem that Laura found, and she loved it so much. It's a parable of immortality, written by Harry Van Dyke, and I hope I can read it properly. I'm standing upon the seashore. A ship at my side spreads her white sails to the morning breeze and starts for the blue ocean. She is an object of beauty and strength, and I stand and watch until at last she hangs like a speck of white cloud, just where the sea and sky come down to mingle with each other. Then someone at my side says, "There she goes." Gone where? Gone from my sight, that is all. She is just as large in mast and hull and spar as she was when she left my side, and just as able to bear her load of living freight to the place of her destination. Her diminished size is in me, not in her. And just at the moment when someone at my side says, "There she goes," there are other eyes watching her come, and other voices ready to take up the glad shout, "Here she comes."
All right. I'm the oldest daughter, Laura. I always told him, "Build like my father." He and I worked together for years in the printing business, so he was a co-worker and a friend. We understood each other very well. We agreed a lot. I agreed with him a lot. He agreed with me. It was great. We had a great friendship. And I came to help my mom when my dad got sick, and my husband came along. We recently were married in September in Italy, and my parents got to come, and my dad walked me down the aisle. So it was the best vacation of my life, the best day of my life. So anyway, we came down, and I came for very selfish reasons, because I wanted to spend the last time I could with my father. So I got more out of it than anybody else did. And I, behind the camera, it was very hard to find pictures that he was in. So I literally spent dozens and dozens of hours while he was alive and then afterward looking for pictures of my dad. He had gone through a lot of them during his 50th reunion beforehand, taking old slides and looking through pictures, preparing for the reunion. So I found some really cool old pictures that he actually typed text and explained what they were, or I never would have known. And then I borrowed pictures from Lynn's vacation albums, and I found lots of pictures of him. So I made a presentation, and I laughed last night because my dad and I were the mushy ones in the family. We cried. My mom and my sister and my brother cried last. My dad and I were always the ones crying at Hallmark commercials, and So whenever there was a birthday or Father's Day or occasion, I would give my dad a card, and then I would write the mushiest "I love you" words. You are the best dad in the whole entire world. I'm the person I am because of you, and I would load her up. And then he would always read the cards out loud, and he'd get about 2 sentences into it, and he would start to break down. And I love that. I look forward to every occasion so that I could write the mushiest card ever, and then he and I would just look at each other, and we'd be bowling. It was great. So I love it. I just love it. I'm so mushy. So anyway, and the funny joke was my mom, she's not at all mushy. So I would try to write mushy cards to her, and she would, that is so lovely, but I could barely get a tear out of her. So get your Kleenex out, because in my dad's honor, I think I did a pretty good job.